This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 587. How many meals a day should you eat? And does weight loss coaching work? Both by Dr. Monali, and Desai of ifwewerefamily.com. And I'm Dr. Neil, your very own personal narrator. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Optimal Health Daily. Remember, this is one of 5 podcasts where we read to you from blogs for free so that you don't have to read them yourself, except on Fridays. That's where I usually answer your questions. It's my favorite part of the week, so definitely keep sending me those questions. Now, before we get to today's content, a big thank you to Thrive Market. Thrive Market is a revolutionary online marketplace on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. You can shop for thousands of the best-selling non-GMO foods and natural products, always at 25 to 50% below traditional retail prices. Plus, on top of that, they're now giving you an extra 25% off your first order and a free 30-day trial. No code necessary. Just go to thrivemarket.com/optimalhealth. That's thrivemarket.com/optimalhealth. And I have that linked in this episode's description for you. Now, today, I'm going to read you 2 posts. Both are kind of short. That's why I'm reading you 2 today. I'm sure you're excited to hear about them, so without further ado, let's jump right into them and start optimizing your life. How many meals a day should you eat? By Dr. Monali, and Desai of ifwewerefamily.com. You may have received advice about how many times a day you should eat to help you lose weight. There's a lot of conflicting information online, so I'm going to review the medical data that's available. These are mostly small studies, so please know the data are limited. How many meals a day should you eat? Medical studies are mixed on how many times a day you should eat, and that's why the information online is so confusing. What seems to matter the most is what you actually eat during those meals, and possibly what time you eat. 1 meal versus 3 meals a day. Some studies showed that eating 1 meal a day versus 3 meals a day doesn't make a difference in your ability to lose weight. Other studies showed that people eating 1 meal a day were more likely to gain weight or have difficulty losing weight. The reason for this was that in these studies, the people eating only 1 meal a day were more likely to eat more unhealthy foods, like foods high in sugar, high in unhealthy saturated fat, or foods high in unhealthy carbs. Possibly this was because they thought it was okay for them to eat more unhealthy food because they were only eating once a day. Or maybe they were so hungry, they didn't think as much about what they were eating. That happens to me when I'm really hungry. 6 small meals versus 3 meals a day. There are also studies looking at people eating 3 regular-sized meals a day versus 5 to 6 smaller meals per day. These studies also showed mixed results about which one is more beneficial for you to help you lose weight. I think this is because it's person-to-person dependent. The other thing to consider is if you eat 1 big meal a day, and it's at the end of the day, there's less time between when you eat and when you go to sleep. This means you're less likely to burn off the food as energy. This may make it more likely that the food will be stored as fat. Eating earlier in the day gives your body more time to burn off the food you eat as energy instead of storing it as fat. Impaired blood sugar and insulin regulation. There are a few studies suggesting how many meals a day you eat can impair your blood sugar or blood glucose and insulin regulation. The reason this is important is that impairment of your insulin regulation long-term can make it harder for you to lose weight and more likely for you to develop diabetes. It's possible that eating 1 big meal a day could cause a higher spike in your insulin level and over time impair your insulin regulation. It's also possible that eating 6 small meals a day could impair your insulin regulation because your body is continually releasing insulin for a significant part of the day. However, the data on this are very limited, so I wouldn't recommend you change the way you eat based on this just yet, but just keep this in mind in the future. So, what should you do? Based on the medical studies available, it seems person-to-person dependent on how many meals a day you should eat. It depends on how many meals a day helps you maintain eating healthier throughout the day. You can test it out for 1 week by keeping track of how healthy you eat on the days you skip meals versus days you don't skip meals. It's worth testing yourself to see what works best for your lifestyle, your work schedule, etc. Does Weight Loss Coaching Work? By Dr. Monali, and Desai of ifwewerefamily.com. There are a lot of different types of weight loss programs out there. One of them is weight loss coaching. Given that weight loss coaching is a time and money investment, you might be wondering if it really works. I haven't tried it myself, so I reviewed the medical studies available. Do weight loss coaching programs work? Based on data, yes, weight loss coaching is an effective way to lose weight. If you're having trouble losing weight on your own, it's worth trying it at least once. The most effective type of program lasts at least 6 months, and the coaching sessions are at least twice a month. More frequent coaching sessions seem to correlate with more weight loss. The studies show that if you're speaking with a coach once a week, you're likely to lose more weight than someone who is speaking with a coach less frequently. If you've had trouble maintaining weight loss, studies have also shown that coaching could help with that too. So if you're one of those people who can lose weight on your own, but then you have trouble keeping it off long term, it may be worth trying weight loss coaching. What about the cost? Several health insurance plans have started their own weight loss programs in the last couple of years, and they're free for their members. However, if this isn't an option for you, weight loss coaching can be expensive, depending on the program. But think of it as an investment in your long-term health. If you're losing weight by eating healthier and a weight loss coach helps you do this, it can help you prevent or reverse long-term health problems like diabetes and high cholesterol. So even though it's expensive up front, long-term, it can help you save money. How long should you try a weight loss coaching program? In the medical studies I reviewed, on average, people lost 10 to 20 pounds in the first 6 months. So if you're not losing weight effectively in the first 6 months of a program, consider that maybe this isn't the right program for you. Even though it may have worked for other people you know, the same program is not going to work for everyone. Different people have different lifestyles, different work schedules, etc. So what type of weight loss coaching program should you try? It's worth thinking about how you've accomplished things in the past. One approach is to think about your own learning style. Were you a better student in group settings versus individual settings, online versus in person, etc.? That may help you figure out what type of weight loss coaching program would fit you the best. If you try a weight loss coaching program for 6 months and it doesn't work for you, move on to something else. Again, because people have different lifestyles and jobs and even different genetic backgrounds, all of this can affect what will work for you. But don't give up. Sometimes it just takes time to find what will work best for you. You just listened to the posts titled, How Many Meals a Day Should You Eat? And Does Weight Loss Coaching Work? Both by Dr. Monali, and Desai of ifwewerefamily.com. And speaking of meals and food, a big thank you to Thrive Market, the revolutionary online marketplace on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. You can get everything you need, from food and snacks to personal care products, home goods, kitchen staples, and a lot more, shipped right to your door. All packaging is recyclable and zero waste. You can shop for thousands of the best-selling non-GMO foods and natural products, always at 25 to 50% below traditional retail prices. And new to Thrive Market is fresh meat and seafood. One really cool thing that they do that's completely new to me is shopping by values. That could be like fair trade or sustainably farmed, even BPA free. And shopping with Thrive Market isn't overwhelming because they curate the products. So you might only find 3 to 4 options for each product, but you know you're getting the best at the most affordable prices. That means no more decision fatigue. More than 70% of the Thrive Market catalog cannot be found on Amazon, and it's the largest retailer in the country that sells exclusively non-GMO groceries. Try it out. I have a special offer. Go to thrivemarket.com/optimalhealth for an extra 25% off your first order, plus a free 30-day trial. No code necessary. Just make sure you use thrivemarket.com/optimalhealth. So a little bit of my commentary. When it comes to nutrition and dieting, we're moving in the direction of personalized nutrition. Because what we're learning is one diet doesn't work for everybody. So a friend or family member may tell you, hey, you've got to try this diet. It worked for me. You try it and you find you've achieved very different results, if any at all. And that's because, as Dr. Desai mentioned in the article I just read, we're all a little bit different. Our lifestyles are different. Yes, there's the genetic component too. And so I would say it's more about quality as opposed to your quantity of meals. So it may not be as important to think about how many meals per day you consume, but rather what kinds of meals are you consuming? What types of foods are in those meals? That's where I would focus my attention. And then my quick comments with regards to weight loss coaching. Yes, absolutely. Having an accountability partner in some way, whether it's paying a coach to help you or whether it's a friend or family member that's keeping you accountable, either way, yes, it's a good idea. We know from lots and lots of well-designed studies that having an accountability partner, having that support is so important. And I love what Dr. Desai mentioned. It sounds like a lot of money up front. To invest in something like this, to invest in yourself, well, that's something that may be challenging to think about. But as Dr. Desai mentioned, the investment now may help save you money later. Because as we get older, we know we're more at risk for chronic diseases. But if we can help prevent them now, well, you're going to save yourself not just a lot of money, but a lot of heartache and a lot of misery. Take it from me. I have a chronic disease because I wasn't following a healthy lifestyle, and I'm paying for it now. All right, that's it for today. I thank you as always for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber of the show. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll be back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.